I want to play a piece of tape here and get your analysis, Alex, which it's easy to dismiss this David Hogg, infighting with Hakeem Jeffries, not just Hakeem Jeffries, as rabble-rousing. And, of course, I did a hit with Will Cain on Fox News. I said, look, it's probably a breakdown of fiduciary duty. But understand, was our party made stronger because of some of the primary challenges we did the last decade? You see, Democrats, they've come into a mentality the last couple of years. No primaries, doesn't matter if it's no matter who, vote blue. Let's play cut 106, and then I want your take on, is the Democrat Party trying to get more based? Play cut 106.
David Hogg, who I know you know, a vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, he's going to be joining us on the roundtable, and he is pursuing this effort to unseat some Democrats in safe seats through primary challenges.
Well, I look forward to standing behind every single Democratic incumbent, from the most progressive to the most centrist and all points in between.
Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really compelling because we in the Republican Party benefited greatly from a civil war that took place. And the history is just really important here, because remember when Mitt Romney lost, I think he spent like $3 billion on that campaign, and we thought he had a good chance. Remember, Charlie, he basically took a walk on the last debate with Obama because he thought he won. He just agreed with Obama on everything in the last debate. And then he got his clock cleaned, and we were all sitting around thinking, what do we got to do? And the Republican establishment told us we need to embrace amnesty. Amnesty for illegal aliens, that's what it was going to take for us to win elections. And a lot of us, myself included, said, we're not going to do that. And that's where places like Breitbart, and it led to the rise of Trump, started saying, we are going to crack down on this stuff. We're going the complete opposite direction, and we don't care if a civil war breaks out because this is a hill to die on. And it worked out incredibly. I mean, if you had told me that after the 2012 autopsy that we'd have Donald Trump in 4 years and then Donald Trump again 4 years after that, or 8 years after that, I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but it worked out for us. Now, the problem is, who would win a civil war with the Democrats? It'd probably be the insane people, because they've got the most energy. They inspire the donors. So you get this sort of dark woke is what they're talking about, where they're really leaning into the woke stuff. Even though we think woke is over, Charlie, they don't all feel that way. So if they have a civil war, I think it might actually hurt them. But you know what? If they want to try it, they might need to, because their leadership is so lame and weak right now.
And so there's something of note here that we don't want to ignore. I was just in Boise, Idaho, and we drew a big crowd. I mean, to go debate a bunch of college kids, to draw 3,000 people, that's big. However, you have to be honest. You got to tell it like it is. The night before, Bernie and AOC, they drew 12,000 people in Boise. It's a big number. Now, I understand that area, that part of the world doesn't get a lot of attention. It's kind of like what happens when we go to California. When you're so in the ideological minority, you tend to draw out anyone that's like-minded because there really is nothing of the sort. But 12,000 people in Boise is real. They were drawing big crowds all across the West. What do you make about the AOC Bernie combination? Is this a robust grassroots populist counter to MAGA? Or is it basically the Democrats continuing on their ultra-radical policies and something that we should encourage more of happening?
Well, Bernie's a total fraud. He wouldn't even support the Democrats that he got along with when Trump put them up for confirmation, which is another genius move by Trump. Not only did he pick the best people for his cabinet, but he picked Democrats specifically to expose the senators who act like they're anti-establishment, but they're pure establishment. Bernie's always been that way. He's got a bunch of houses. He's a rich guy, and then he acts like he's a socialist. But there is an astroturf here, which might comfort the audience a little bit, which is a lot of them are trying to piggyback off of musical acts. So they'll get the musicians out who people want to see, and then they'll tack on an AOC or a Bernie Sanders speech. So I don't really buy the 12,000 number. But that said, we should go to the woodshed and act as though they're building a robust grassroots resistance that isn't just Soros-funded stuff like a lot of the Tesla stuff and a lot of our reporting. This group Indivisible that's very networked, or the new Arabella Advisors where they're just funding everything. We got to act like they're going to get organized and they're going to come back and they're going to mount a comeback. We got to act like we're in a war footing. We're not in peacetime yet. We're in wartime. We should behave that way. But if you want to comfort, I don't think the 12,000 number is legit, Charlie. Your 3,000 number is legit and very impressive. I'm loving the college stuff. Absolutely incredible content, and good for you for doing it.